Welcome to my channel, All for Health with Jane. Family, this video we are going to focus on the cross-examination by Advocate MSHOLOLO to Constable Zungu that took place on the 3rd and the 4th of October 2023. Advocate MSHOLOLO, in her opening, asks Constable Zungu about the kind of training that he received when it comes to handling a police firearm. She asks if ever Zungu received a training and what kind of a training did he receive. Constable Zungu, in his response, he says, yes, I did receive basic training, and the basic training that I received was on how to handle a firearm, not only police firearm, but any firearm. Family, looking at the way he handled his firearm at the hostel, putting it in Gwabeni's room, it doesn't convince us that Zungu still remembers the basic training that he received. When Advocate MSHOLOLO asks Zungu how many hours is he employed, Zungu says he's employed 24 hours. He says even on days where he knocks off early or days where he is off duty, the state vehicle remains with him. It means he uses the car, he keeps the car 24 hours with him. Then Advocate MSHOLOLO asks for the logbook where the trips on the 26th October 2014, the day Senzo Meyiwa was murdered, she asks for the logbook where these trips were recorded, the trips for that particular day. And family, even before we see this logbook, do you think Zungu recorded he traveled to town to fetch Makosonke, and that he traveled to Force Laura's hostel with a state vehicle where they were drinking? By the way, Zungu knocked off before 1 o'clock on that particular day, but until late in the evening, Zungu was still with that car at the hostel. Advocate MSHOLOLO further says, at the hostel, you say you saw people exchanging guns in front of your eyes, and as a police officer, you failed to do something about that. At least you are supposed to call a backup or at least maybe report this that you see in front of your eyes, that is happening in front of you, but you did nothing. According to Advocate MSHOLOLO, she says Zungu did not call for a backup or report them because he is lying. There were no people exchanging guns that he saw on that particular day. Zungu says the reason why he could not do all that which Advocate MSHOLOLO is suggesting, he says the reason is he did not have enough evidence to be able to call the police or report these people to the police. A family, what evidence was Zungu looking for? Because what these people were doing in front of him was unlawful. It was evident enough for Zungu to arrest these people. It was evident enough. He did not need to have more than this for him to be able to arrest or call a backup or report these people to the police. Family, let's watch and listen to this clip, just to get it from the horse's mouth.
Accused number 5 would tell this court that he was never at hostel where you were on the 26th of October 2014.
He's lying.
Okay. Then let's move on. You testified that you saw 2 people exchanging guns, firearms.
Yes. We have
and at that particular time, you were a police officer.
iphoyisa ngaleso sikhathi.
Yebo.
That is correct, yes.
And you failed to do your duties to report the unlawful activity that happened in front of you.
Wahluleka-ke wena ukuthi uripote lento eyayingekho emthethweni eyayenzeka nje phambi kwakho.
Angihlulekanga ngoba ukhona namhlanje futhi ummele. Yiyo le ngayenza.
Angizwa?
Angihlulekanga ukuyenza, ingakho ngayenza, ingakho simile namhlanje mmele.
I did not fail to do that. That is why we are standing here today.
At the time when you witnessed that incident, you did not act. Am I correct? Which is
Ngaleso sikhathi-ke,
October 2014.
Mubona lesi sigameko azange ukuthatha inyathelo nge-26 zika-October 2014.
Okusalayo ngiyithathile inyathelo ngoba silapha namhlanje. Ngakwenza lokho.
What remains is that I eventually took the steps. Or
Yes.
I
I'm-
did something about it because we are here today.
Right now, Constable, I'm being specific on the 26th of October,
Khuluma nge-26 zika-October
when you
2014.
saw the unlawful activity happening in front of you.
Nasi isigameko-ke esingekho semthethweni senzeka, uyabona ukuthi senzeka phambi kwakho, akho lutho walenza wena nge-26 zika-October 2014.
Wangenasidingo sokuthi ngi-act ngaleso sikhathi ngoba ngingabe nayo evidence onayo namhlanje.
There wasn't a need for me to can act immediately during the time because I did not have then the evidence that you have today.
As a police officer, you had a legal duty to arrest
Yes.
those people who were exchanging guns. You had a duty to call other police officers to come and arrest those people so that further investigations can be done. And you failed to execute your duties.
Awuzange ukwenze lokho wathi ukwenza lokho njengephoyisa-ke ubufaneleke ngokuphela-ke kusemahlombe kuwena ukuthi uma ubona abantu benza into engekho semthethweni njengoba ubona abantu ba-exchange iy'bhamu ubufanele ukuthi-ke wena ubabambe ngaleso sikhathi awukwenzanga-ke.
Ukuphendula lokho mamsholozo. Ukubopha umuntu akusho ukuthi sekuyizathu it's a final decision. Wayazi ukuthi uzoboshwa nangakusasa noma yini.
Now,
Njengoba bakwazi ukuthi agcine eboshiwe nge-evidence ayikhona. Ngalelo langa ngizothi yini engimbophela yona.
Arresting a person is not the final decision that a person can make because that person knows that they are still going to be arrested. At that time, what information was I going to provide to him for his arrest?
Had you executed your duties properly, had you reported, had you called the police would have arrived and apprehended the suspects and confiscated the 2 firearms that you have testified about.
Kube wakwenza lokho waripotela amaphoyisa wabiza amaphoyisa bezoza-ke ezobamba labaso.
Hi family, you know, to me, Constable Zungu is not made sure. You know, at some stage, Constable Zungu is asked by Advocate MSHOLOLO to mention his station commander, the station commander during October 2014. And Constable Zungu says he cannot remember who the station commander was at that particular time. Because accused number 5 says he was never at the hostel on the 26th October 2014, Advocate MSHOLOLO asks Constable Zungu to mention at least one person who was also there, a person who can confirm that indeed Advocate number 5 was there at the hostel on the 26th October 2014. When Zungu has to do that, Zungu says, no, he's not going to do it because it is not in his place to mention any other person. This is the duty of the investigating officer to ensure that he mentions all the other people who were there. Oh my God. You know, Constable Zungu is trying to play games here. He's trying to play truant, just wasting people's time. Family, if we remember well, you know, in the same week when Senzo Meyiwa was murdered, in that week of the 26th October 2014, there was a suspect that was arrested, and the court realized that it was wrong suspect and that person had to be released. Now Advocate MSHOLOLO is asking Constable Zungu, saying, because Constable Zungu spent the night with the people that he says were the right suspects, and he knew from that particular day, the same day that Senzo was murdered, why didn't he come forth, give the investigating officer that information so as to help the court, speed up this case? Listen what Colonel Zungu is saying. In his response, Colonel Zungu says he couldn't take any rubbish information to the police. According to him, bringing information that he had, the information about knowing who the suspects were, the real suspects, according to him, he says that information was just the rubbish until he had enough evidence. That activity of exchanging guns in front of him, changing the hoodies, one jacket from another, and all those things. As a police, even if I'm not a police, I would suspect that there is something big that these people have committed just by mere looking at their activities, the way they were acting on that particular night. But instead, Zungu says the evidence was not enough, hence he could not report that to his colleagues. Then Advocate MSHOLOLO says, Zungu, I'm not stupid. Let me tell you, I know the reason why you did not report this to the police, why you did not report this to your colleagues. The reason is you did not report it because you did not know the real suspect then. You didn't have information about the real suspect. So don't tell us lies here and say already you knew the real suspect. If you had the new suspect, if you knew him, you were supposed to come and report that to your colleagues. Family, there's a part where Constable Zungu said at some stage, the relatives of accused number 5 threatened him. They wanted to shoot him. And, when Advocate MSHOLOLO asked about that, to say, okay, they threatened you, they pointed you with a gun, they wanted to shoot you. What have you done after that? Did you report that matter to the police? And Constable Zungu still not. She did not report. She did not write, not she. He did not write any statement on that matter. Let's listen to this clip. Let's watch and listen.
When you felt threatened, did you go to the police station to report that there are people who have been trying to kill me?
Mawuzizwa-ke usatshiswa waya ke e-police station ukuyotshela amaphoyisa ukuthi kukhona abantu abebezama-ke ukungibulala.
And give the identity of those people
Nokuthi uphane
so that they could be arrested.
Ukuthi uphaneke nge-identity yabo ukuthi bakwazi ukuboshwa.
Ngoba ngangazi ukuthi bawobani futhi ngangenayo information yabo nangemonto abayohamba ngayo nokuthi batholakalaphi nokuthi kungani bezama ukungibulala ngase ngikwazi lokho.
I already was in possession of that information. That who were they, what vehicle they were driving, as to why they are trying to kill me. Nokuthi futhi
nokuthi kungani bezama ukungibulala
essentially
ngangikwazi ukuthi bakwenziswe yile ndaba yaleli cala.
I already knew the reason why they were doing that. It was as a result of this matter.
So why you didn't go to report at the police station?
Manje uthi ingane ungayanga e-police station ukuyoreport leyo nto?
Kwangenasidingo
There was no need.
Because you were never threatened. No
Ngoba
person ever
azange
threatened you. That is why you failed to report at the police station. You have never been threatened.
Ngoba zange usatshiswe wena. Ingalokho ungazange ubone kunesidingo sokuthi uye police station uyoreporta lecala.
Lokho kucabanga kwakho lokho. Kodwa mina engikwazi yokwenzeka. Kusho ukuthi ngasukela abantu.
That's your thinking.
Kusho ukuthi ngafaka amagama abantu kuleyo nto.
What I know truly transpired. I would not have wrongly implicated the names of the people if they had not done it.
You said you knew as to who those people were.
Uthi wena ububazi labo bantu ukuthi obani.
Yebo.
And then
Yes.
why you failed to go and report them to the police so that they could be arrested? Those people.
Wahluleka
For
ke
threatening
ukuthi
to
wena
kill you.
uye emaphoyiseni uyotshela amaphoyisa ngalabo bantu ukuthi bakwazi ukuthi baboshwe labantu.
Kwakusho khona ukuthi kuyoyekisa ukuthi bangithreaten.
Angizwa?
Kwangeke kusho ukuthi bayoyeka ukungithreaten.
That wouldn't have meant that they're going to stop threatening me.
But you are a police officer. Are you really a police officer?
Kodwa uyiphoyisa ngempela.
Naba nje abasola phambi kwakho.
There are the suspects before you,
Ubamele futhi.
and you are even representing them.
Did you make any statement regarding the threats that we have said were made to you?
Uye wasenza ke istatement esimayelana ke nalama threats okanye ke lokusatshiswa othi wena kwenziwa kuwena.
Statement anyway, even if you did not go to the police, but to make a statement that I have been threatened by so and so on this particular date, or record it in your pocketbook or anywhere, just to report this occurrence
Nanoma nje kukuphi.
that was threatening your life.
Nanoma yiphi nje indawo oke waya kuyo okanye wayicabanga ukuthi uye kuyo ke uyophana leso statement sokuthi wena ke wasatshiswa ukuthi mhlambe waye emaphoyiseni okanye kuyi pocketbook yakho nanoma yikuphi nje wenza istatement esimayelana nalokho.
I-statement mawusenza usenze emaphoyiseni.
When the statement when you do the statement you do it at the police.
Yeah, I'm asking, you can make a statement, you can even just make your own statement. I'm asking if you made or recorded this information anywhere, maybe in your diary, besides reporting to the police. So remember, you have said you have never reported.
Ngirephodile la ekhanda
I
lami. Njoba
actually
ngikhumbula
recorded
nje
in my
ngokutshela.
I actually recorded it in my head since I am able to remember it.
So what's the answer to my question?
Manje impendulo ithini ke kumbuzo wami?
Uthini umbuzo wakho?
Did you make any statement regarding the threats that were made to you?
Manje wenza istatement mayelana ke nokusetshenziswa lokho okwenziwa kuwe.
Angaze ngisenze statement.
I did not make a statement.
You also did not make any statement regarding the incident of the 26th of October 2014.
No,
Am
ukuthi
I correct?
wenza nestatement esimayelana ke nesigameko sange 26 October 2014.
Nasi statement sangakhona sange-26 isonesi siphambi kwakho.
Here is the statement pertaining the 26th of
Don't
October
confuse
2014.
yourself.
That's
Don't
the one that
confuse
is before you.
If maybe I'm confusing you, just let me know.
Ungitshela uma ngabe ngiyakudida.
At that time, when you were threatened, you had not made any statement under oath regarding the suspect. Am I correct?
Ngaleso sikhathi usatshiswa ubungakasenzi istatement esimayelana ke nabasolwa.
Yebo.
Yes. Yes. And also when you were threatened, you did not make any statement.
Nangaleso sikhathi ke usatshiswa azange ukwenza istatement.
Yebo.
Yes.
Because you were never threatened.
Ngoba phela azange usatshiswa.
Ngasatshiswa abafowabo bakamsolwa number 5 lo
I was threatened by the brothers who are accused number 5 nobani.
lo yena mmele and accused number 1.
I was threatened by the brothers who are accused number 5. The
That's
one
a
that
lie. You were
represented-
never threatened by any of the relatives of
Amanga
accused
lawo.
number 5.
Enise linqamlo phinda phindiwe lelo mama umshololo.
That is the verified truth or the repeatable truth.
Yo, guys, the arrogance in Zungu is just too much. You know, this man did not even report to the general of the police, who is the senior of the police, you know, when he had an opportunity to do that. In his response at some stage, he says General Leshabani was supposed to make investigations for himself. Why is Zungu being like this, family? When he's asked why didn't he report this to General Leshabani, he says no, General Leshabani was supposed to do investigations on his own. I left him to do that, hence At some stage, General Leshabani discovered that I was at the hostel. So I wanted him to discover that on his own, not me telling him what was happening on that day. Yo, Zungu. Constable Zungu makes us paint South African police black. It's not all South African police who are like Zungu. We have good South African police. But guys, police like Zungu do not belong in that department. They don't belong in that department. Let them be given another, if they have to, let them give them another job in the South African Police Department. There are things that a Zungu can do rather than being a police. No, such people are a danger to the nation. They are a danger to the nation because it is clear that there is something that Zungu is hiding. It is clear Zungu is not telling the truth. It is clear Zungu knows something that he doesn't want to disclose. Zungu was not there. Most of the things that he's telling us now, they don't make sure. They don't make sure. Family, thank you. Thank you very much for watching this video to this point. Let me hear from you. Comment on the comment section. Do not forget to like this video. Subscribe if you haven't done so yet. I love you, family. Thank you. Bye.